All right, here we are at our 2007 Stardust Cruisers, 19 by 86 foot wide body, aluminum hull, custom built houseboat for sale. We're here on the beautiful fresh waters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. This current slip is transferable if anyone wants to keep it here. And there is, this is a very custom built boat. There's going to be a lot of features and specifications for this one. We will not mention the asking price in this video tour, but for your convenience, down in the video description there will be a direct link to this listing at our website, which is where you're going to want to go to find the current asking price, to see the full list of specifications and features, because there's a good chance I'm going to miss something on this one. And all of our contact information is also going to be there, where you'll be able to reach out to us via phone, text, or email. We do like to remind you, if you send us an email and it's been one business day, check your spam folder for your reply. We're generally very quick about getting those out to you. And if you do get our voicemail when you try to call us and you would like a return phone call, just make sure you leave us a detailed message. Let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. We're frequently in areas without cell phone reception here on Norris Lake, so if you don't leave a message, we will not know that you called. And if you do, as soon as we either finish with a client or we return to a cell phone service area, we'll return your call, have all those questions answered for you. So again, this is a 2007 Stardust Cruisers. This is 19 feet wide by 86 feet long. This is a wide body. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And this one is properly equipped for someone that wants to use this. This is a reverse layout floor plan, which is very exciting layout, and really is intended for somebody that's going to use the boat, although it does also kind of provide a good accommodations when you are at a marina. But what the reverse layout does is it puts the living room and swim deck together, as opposed to being separated with your traditional layout where the living room's up near the bow and all the fun's being had basically off the master bedroom, off the rear porch. So with the reverse layout, you're going to be able to keep everybody right there together whenever you are set up for those waterside activities. Now, I'm not going to do a big spill on this yet, but I do want to call your attention. We'll have this at the end of the video walkthrough for the houseboat. But this giant covered dock right here, this is roughly a 33 foot by 54 foot concrete covered dock with 2 boat slips. This is available as an additional purchase. This is owned by the seller of the houseboat. Now, we do have basically unwrapped styrofoam flotation under this dock, so by the year 2031 this dock will have to be refloated. But we have about a 10 by 28 foot boat slip, covered boat slip, with a roughly about a that's about 4,000 pound boat lift. We've got drive-on guide bunks, and that is set up to accommodate a pontoon, a tri-toon, or V-hull boat up to about 25 feet long and under 4,000 pounds. And then over here we got about a 10 by 16 foot boat slip with a pair of Dandy Dock PWC drive-on ports. That is all, like I said, this entire setup's available for an additional purchase for anyone that wants to keep it right here. We'll do another walk around on this. And actually I'll be able to show you a little bit better view, bird's eye view of it from the top deck of the houseboat here. So we're going to move along here with our walkthrough tour. Again, this is a custom built, properly equipped houseboat for sale. First thing we're going to show you here on the front porch, we got a nice large gangplank. This is a boarding gangplank that's going to pull all the way out of there. And this boat was designed to be able to pull up onto a beach and beach the boat. You've got this large gangplank that you'd be able to drop out, give you a nice little walk on and off the boat. You've got some rope holders right here. Also could be used as handles. And we've got basically a little cleat right here. I'm going to show you more on this towards the end of the tour, but that is basically for a rope slash cable system that's meant to be used for tying the stern up off to either side whenever you are beached. So this one has an enclosed pilot house, and because that, you got a little bit smaller front porch. Now before we leave the front porch, also when you are climbing back on shore from the beach, you've got a nice little handheld pull out shower. It's going to have hot and cold water, so if the dog or you got your feet a little bit dirty, you can get those a little wash before you go inside or turn inside of the boat. So here is our, back up here, here's our enclosed pilot house, meaning your lower helm is right here with very good visibility all the way around from right here at the lower helm, and a nice little integrated bench seat back here for all of your guests or passengers to be able to join the captain as you venture out across the lake. Now this is fully insulated boat. We've got insulated walls, insulated exterior walls, windows, doors, and ceiling. And here at our excuse me, here at our lower helm, we do have a VHF ship-to-shore radio. We do have remote spotlight controls, but I do need to point out the remote spotlight is not functioning, and this would be the backup camera, and that's not functioning right now at the moment either. We do have hydraulic bow and stern thrusters. Here's your controls for that here at your lower helm. We've got a Raymarine C70 GPS chart plotter display. That's going to show you exactly where you're at in the lake. We do have, this one's powered by 5.0 liter MerCruiser, MPI, inboard, outboard, stern drive engines, and it's equipped with Mercury SmartCraft. So this is a SmartCraft display. We've got one of these here, one of these up at the upper helm. We also have the MerCruiser digital shift and throttle controllers. Here's the controls for the automatic winch system that is integrated, that I was just kind of made a reference to before we stepped up onto the front of the boat. And I'll show you more on that here a little bit later. We do have a Fireboy automatic fire suppression system, a bilge water alarm, and then we've got 2 instrument clusters, one for both your port side engine, one for your starboard side engine. That's going to have your engine oil pressure, engine water temperature, battery volts, and your fuel gauge. Tachometer sitting right here just inside of it, as well as a rudder angle indicator gauge. And then of course a gas fume detector up here as well. Now SmartCraft has some very neat features on it where you can go through. So here's our current engine hours. We are showing 79 hours and 19 minutes on the starboard side engine, and 78 hours 59 minutes on the port side engine. Probably just going to round that up, call it 80 hours on each engine. With the SmartCraft you get all kinds of neat engine data, and this will provide your fuel flow, your gallons per hour while you're running, and your instant basic fuel economy, your miles per gallon, remaining fuel left, and your fuel range. This is going to kind of compute all that as you're moving down the lake. Now the rudder or steering position indicator is not functioning on your SmartCraft, but you don't need that because you've got that one right there. You've got the analog version right there, and my guess is this version just was not connected. So we go back to the home screen here. There's all kinds of other information that we can do. There's your trim on both your drives, and this has its own RPM synchronizer, and also your engine instrumentation's all integrated in this as well. GPS speed's going to be right there. Troll control, and got a depth finder integrated in here as well. Now then, here's that Raymarine display again. This is a GPS chart plotter. And here we have intercom system. They put these on a lot of your more custom boats, and this intercom system still works. And This is actually a very neat feature for boat this size, because it is so large. If you've got guests in the kitchen or upstairs, this allows you to simply color those different areas. So 3 is the galley there. You can hit the 3 button, it buzzes the intercom phone in there, and somebody can pick it up, and you can have your own conversation there. I'll point those out along the way. We've also got zoned audio, and we've got 2 speakers up here in our pilot house, and 2 more on the front porch area there. Now we do have down below here, we've got access to your tunnel thruster, your bow tunnel thruster. We've got a 4,000 watt Magnum inverter on board here with 16 batteries. And those batteries basically adds additional time as far as how long that inverter will power the equipment on board. So you've got 4,000 watts and 16 batteries to keep that going. So a couple things here. So we have a separate house battery bank. Actually, that's your Helm battery power right there with its own onboard charger. That would be your tunnel thruster. And then on the just beyond that, you see that kind of white tank? That is where those 16 inverter batteries are housed. And just like these other batteries here for your Helm station power for upper and lower Helms, they are properly concealed in a spill-proof container with ventilation to the exterior of the boat. Here's one of the winch systems for our anchoring system for whenever this is beached. And again, more on that whenever we get back to the engine room. All right, so because this is a reverse layout, not only is it a reverse layout, we have a side hallway layout with a private master stateroom. So as we head down this hallway, I'm gonna turn our camera into here. Here's our master stateroom. And this is a king size bed. So not only is this a side hallway, but it is also a private master. We've got these very nice solid core raised panel doors. So right there with those closed, now all your guests, if they're going from the stern of the boat up to the bow, they can, the private master essentially means that your onboard guests are not walking through the master stateroom in order to get to either the front or rear porch. And with a 19-foot beam, you've got plenty of room to do that and still have a nice large master suite. As you can see, we've got integrated nightstands on either side of our master bed. It's a king size bed. Large hanging closet. Got integrated lighting for a lot of the hanging closets throughout the boat. Ceiling fan overhead. And that would be a 32-inch Samsung LED flat screen television, or LED HD TV. There is a Blu-ray player there as well. Integrated dresser drawers. Lots of storage on this one throughout. You've got that storage there. You've got just a ton of storage features throughout. We've got a little built-in vanity area right here. Additional storage space. We basically did not let any space go to waste on this one. Now, we've got a window here to that to the pilot house. So, oh, where's the other end there? Lots of light on this one as well. We've got accent lighting around the molding. 2 stereo speakers are here in the master stateroom. Another hanging closet right here. And this would be our master bathroom. We've got double vanity, walk-in shower, and this has upgraded Tecma marine heads. This boat is equipped with 3 approximately 90-gallon waste holding tanks. One of those 90-gallon tanks is for your master bedroom head, and the other 2 are going to be for your guest bedroom head. Before I move past this, we got a small little broom closet right here underneath the steps that lead up to the upper level, and then additional access right here behind that. Got an ironing board stowed away right there, and then here's that side hallway, tiled entryway and tiled bathrooms. Now our second stateroom, this one sits below your king size master stateroom. We're going to drop down 2 steps. There is I believe it's 7 feet 3 inch of headroom throughout this one. Now when we step down here, this is what we call a crawl-in cuddy, and this has approximately 4.5 feet of headroom. So this is for the younger guys, and they tend to really enjoy these cuddy staterooms. So there's the doorway there at the top of your steps, and then when you get down here, we've got lots of storage throughout. 2 twin beds, basically integrated little nightstand there. And let me turn these lamps on down here so you can see things a little bit better here when I pull back. So 2 little nightstands on either side. Now the nightstand is mounted to the floor. These beds are not. You can move these beds around. There are reading lights right there, basically just on top of the or right above the pillows there, at the back of the head. And also we've got cabinets on either side of these beds, and you see a little light glowing in there. That's access to the hull storage areas. There's a lot of access points for basically below the cabin floor, and a lot of the boat's equipment is down in those areas. You've got your plumbing, your HVAC, your electrical, but what is not being used for those items is all very usable storage space, and some people use those areas more efficiently than others. I do have the older style box television down here with the integrated DVD and VHS player. So here's another one of those hull access storage areas, and that would actually be 2 of the approximately 90 gallon waste holding tanks for the guest head that we have not viewed yet. And we also have a water manifold system on this one. So all of your plumbing is all done with PEX plumbing, and everything's nicely labeled for you here, so you can winterize these easily. If you need to replace an appliance, you can do that. So here's the hot and cold going up to the roof bar. You can shut those off, and everything's nicely labeled right there as well. All right, we're gonna go head back up to the main level, and we're gonna turn toward the stern of the boat. Now this would be our guest bathroom. Got another vanity sink. Got a nice walk-in shower and a second Tecma marine head, and this is the one with 2 of those 90 gallon waste holding tanks, so 180 gallon waste capacity here in your guest bathroom. Now here on Norris Lake, all of your black water, that is what they call your wastewater. When it leaves the toilet, it all has to go into a waste holding tank, and then the pump out companies, either some marinas will do their own pumping, and other marinas will have an outside pump out company come in and pump you out at regular intervals. And this one is no different. Actually, this one here, when you need a pump, you just notify the marina, they put you on the list, and your boat will get pumped out the next day that they're pumping. So this is our VIP stateroom. We've got 6 feet of headroom here. They call this the VIP stateroom because it is connected to essentially a shared bath. So that's going to be your guest bathroom, but the VIP stateroom has a direct connection to it. And we've got a king size bed up here, little nightstands with drawers on either side. We've got a nice little closet there and a hanging closet over here. That would be a 20-inch LCD television with an integrated DVD player. And you can notice you can basically access both sides of this bed. We've got small little steps up here that will lead you up over here to this side. All right, so this is where we came in at through the guest bathroom. You can step down this way. Now I'm gonna step down through here, but I'm gonna turn up towards the bow of the boat, only so that I can open this cabinet for you and show you our stacked Frigidaire washer and dryer. And as I close those slot core doors, that's the VIP stateroom we just came from. That's bedroom number 3, king size master, king size VIP stateroom, 2 twin beds down in lower cuddy. Here's our electric panels. This is your 12-volt panel for all your 12-volt power. What I like here is this will allow you also to check your batteries here. So that's your Helm battery, generator battery, house battery. See that voltage for each. Everything's properly labeled. We've got a whole intake monitoring system here. That's your freshwater level. And there is your, that'd be the master waste tank capacity. And that would be your guest waste tank capacity. And then back to your freshwater level. Here's that panel for your Magnum 4000 watt inverter. And then here's your transfer switches. We've got 2 50 amp powers coming into the boat here. Shore power 1 and 2. And then transfer switches to go to your generator. So let you check your where are we at here? That would be second leg of power. That would be the first leg of power, I believe. Here's your 120 panel. So you've got one side on 50 amp, the other side on the other 50 amp. Water heater, there's 2 20-gallon water heaters on board. One of those is going to be on one side of your 50 amp, the other is going to be on the other side of your 50 amp surface. 2 onboard battery chargers. Here's your second panel right here, some of the larger appliances on here, and then here is your 240 volt AC panel. So this has your range, central heat and air, your hot tub heater. Yep, there's a hot tub. We'll get to that when we get on board. Your inverter power and your dryer. All right, here was our last bedroom. This is another cuddy. We're going to take 3 steps down back to kind of the hull level, and we still have 6 feet of headroom down here. Now obviously there's a little bit of a cutout right here. That's just for the walk-in area for the bedroom that's above us. This is a queen size, also with 2 nightstands and a little drawer on either side. 12-volt lighting integrated basically at the headboard. Some integrated dresser drawers over here. A hanging closet right here. And we've got another Panasonic box television with DVD and VHS player. And this would be another access point for our underhull storage area. There's those 2 20-gallon water heaters, and that would be 2 of our onboard freshwater tanks. There are 6 of those in total. Those all are approximately 90 gallons apiece. Interior air handlers down there. And then this is a good area to kind of show you what I was talking about. This is what your under hull storage area looks like. Again, there's several different access points into there. A lot of the systems on board are down through there, as far as your HVAC systems, your plumbing, electrical, and things like that. But again, what's not being used by that is all very usable storage space. Nice large pantry right here as we get closer to the kitchen area, and we've got little slide out shelves there, its own integrated lighting. So now we're at the stern of the boat. We've got our rear sliding door just through there below that little chandelier and our dining room table. And here is our kitchen living room area. So this is kind of the perks of the reverse layout. This layout is very popular out west. We've sold a handful of these here, and usually the response is people are a little bit reluctant at first, and then when they actually have one and use one, you know, even if you're at the dock, but especially when you're moored out, if you're in a cove, if you beach, generally speaking, especially you got kids on board, there's a water slide on this. Everybody's hanging out in the water. And on your traditional layout, that means if everybody's on the rear deck, they're basically going through the master bedroom to get there. This right here puts everybody in one place. So whoever's in here doing the cooking is not completely separated from all the fun that's being had in the water. So nice large kitchen living room area. We have a whirlpool. This is a 25.4 cubic foot side by side refrigerator, freezer. We've got ice and water in the door. We've got a small little under counter ice maker, and the cooling part on this does work great, but ice production, I am told, has been a little slow. We have a Whirlpool. This is a Whirlpool Gold smooth top 5 burner smooth top range with oven, and over the range Whirlpool microwave, double stainless sink. We've got some under cabinet lights. Over here we have a Whirlpool Gold Quiet Partner 3 under counter stainless dishwasher, and a Whirlpool trash compactor. Don't see a lot of trash compactors anymore. I will tell you, houseboat manufacturers put a lot of these on here. If you've had a lot of guests on board, those compactors can be great, and let you really maximize your waste storage capacity before you have to go and empty that. Nice integrated bar area here with 4 bar stools. This right below these 2 bar stools, that would be another access point to that under floor storage down the hall that I've made several references to. And there are 2 tabletops for our little integrated dining room table here. We also have storage underneath of the that table area here, and that would be, I believe that is the smaller, or no, that's the larger of the 2 tabletops, I believe. But the reason there's 2 is they're different sizes. We have a nice large leather recliner sectional sofa, ceiling fan overhead, and you are looking at a 42-inch Panasonic. This is a plasma HD television over top of a electric fireplace, and this is actually on a slide. Well, not on a slide, this is on a swivel, so this actually will pull out and you can tilt it either way. Kind of has the looks of one of the older televisions, but it's actually not. It's actually a plasma HD television, but when you are not using it, you can close these cabinet doors. Stereo equipment is housed just underneath. So here is your receiver. This is a AM, FM, XM ready stereo receiver. Here are your zoned audio controls. This is your television receiver, and this is for a track vision, which is currently set up, I believe, with DirecTV. Now, I will tell you that track vision is outdated. That track vision is not HD capable, but essentially this is plumbed or wired for track vision, if that is important to you. Over here on this side, we have a CD changer. That's a 6-disc CD changer stereo, and then a DVD player and VHS player just below that. Wet bar area right here near the rear porch, your swim deck, and your engine room. So you got a small wine fridge and under counter electric refrigerator, integrated sink. We've got some lighted cabinets and some wine glass holders on either side. So we talked about our water storage capacity, our waste storage capacity. Onboard fuel capacity is in two or a pair of 164-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. And as you can see, I've got the engine hatches raised here as we step out onto our swim deck. So this is the MerCruiser 5.0 liter multi-port fuel injected inboard outboard stern drive engines, again with that smart craft and digital throttle shift controllers. Onboard battery charger is right there. Again, about 80 hours on each of these engines. Here's that 20 kW Westerbeke generator. Now we've also got a reverso oil change system, and that will allow you to do oil changes on board here at a much easier rate than normal. Approximately 366 hours here on this 20 kW Westerbeke onboard generator. And this would be our port side engine. Again, MerCruiser 5.0 liter multi-port fuel injected inboard outboard small block V8. Fuel tanks are just forward of our engines and generator. We also have automatic fire extinguisher system right here. Well, brought you in a little bit close to that. There's our automatic fire extinguisher system. That's a Fireboy fire suppression system. Some people call that a halon. And I'm now gonna lower these hatches for you. These hatches are all also lockable, as well as all the storage compartments on board here. Now, a lot going on here on the rear deck. To start with, underneath this hatch right here, this is going to be auxiliary fuel pump for your water toys, for your personal watercraft. If you are out in a cove, if you like to stay a lot of or spend a lot of time out there, that will allow you to put some of your onboard fuel that comes out of either one of those 164-gallon fuel tanks into your water toys, your Runabout, what have you. Now, this is a 82-foot long hull with a 4-foot swim platform. And our swim platform here has a 5-step pull-out swim boarding ladder that's located right underneath your little handlebars there. And we're also set up with 2 removable Pwc ramps, or rails. And if you see those, where those slots are right there, get you a little bit closer. So each of those pairs of slots represents an area where your Pwc railing can be installed. Your hard-sided rails right here, these are aluminum hard-sided rails. These actually are in a little slots, and these will actually lift out and have those Pwcs stored there. Now you also have another slot over here, because if you're actually using this water slide, this slot right here that's the closest to the water slide might not be a great spot for you. So you've got 3 different areas in order to put 2 different PWC ramps or rails. This side right here also will slide right out. It's held in place right now with a pin over here in this corner. Now this mechanism here is a custom tow harness, and this will allow you, actually I need to move it just a little bit so I can show you where our PWC rails are stored. So this right here is on its own little custom mounts. See 3 holes right there in kind of a triangle shape, and that will go right here and pin into location. And so that will allow you to bring along your runabout. That's going to be set up for a V-hull boat, where that's going to come right up into here, and then you're going to have a little harness to put on there and strap it. So the boat will stay right there behind you, and then if you run a line off either side of your stern to your cleats back here, you could even reverse with this setup. Now I wanted to move that so I can show you in this hatch right here. This is where one of the 2 PWC rails are stored. So you see those slots right there, those will come out and, like I said, to go into the slots here in the swim deck. Most manufacturers that do have these removable PWC rails, they do not have a place for you to store them on board. So I really like the layout back here. They spend a little bit more time laying this out and just a little bit more time figuring out how they want to do all this. Now the rails that pull out, in order to store those personal watercraft, we've got slots for them right here on this side that allow them to be stored away even when you have your PWC rails installed. So it's really nice that you've got you know, you can carry and store all of your accessories on board here. Now we've got 2 compartments here. I'm going to show you the other one. Referenced this earlier. Make sure before we do that, I also have your walk-through gate right here. But in our rear storage lockers, this is where our PWC winches are held. So you've got powered winches there, and those basically slot into each of those different storage locations. Oh, walked right past our intercom. So here's the rear deck intercom. Another one there in the galley kitchen area. Let's see if I can get to this hatch right over here. Oh, I have to move this guy again. Bear with me one moment. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. The winches that we saw in the bow of the boat that I talked about for whenever you are in a cove or tied up. So this is kind of the winch plate or the bracket or the mount for those. Let me move our cable in here. And we've got a small little tunnel right here. Now that goes through the side of the boat. Let me go ahead and put this cover back on. I'm going to use this little clip right here. Step out. So that comes out right through here. And that is designed to essentially have a powered winch. So that would go at an angle up here to shore whenever you are beached, and that holds your stern in place. Now we also had 2 little clips up on the bow on either side, and that was basically just a place for your cabling to basically be in place. So actually your cabling can be deployed while you're going down the lake. You can set that up or retract that out of there before you leave your slip, and then that way when you get to your beach and you pull in there, your cabling's already up there at the bow where you're going to be putting your bow on the shore side, and step overboard, find you a tree to secure your lines to, and then you can pull those tight all right there with your little automatic power winches. So here's that 4-foot swim platform, water slide off the roof, 2 flagpoles up there. And let's head on upstairs next. These hard-sided railings follow us upstairs, and you notice they come almost all the way down to the bottom. This is your standard rail height right here. And so they've got an upgrade here that kind of closed this gap. So that's going to Be a lot safer for small children, and if you have small pets, it'll make it much harder for them to exit the roof area accidentally. Our heat pump, that is a, I believe that's approximately a 4-ton carrier HVAC unit with a basically residential heat pump. That is up here on the roof to keep that that noise away from either your front or rear deck area. Here's our water slide here off the top. There's a water pump on board there that will power that. We've got a small hot tub up here. Notice this is on a little raised platform right here, and that was added after this one left the factory, and that's great because these hot tubs are traditionally not great for houseboat roofs, but they've essentially doubled up their roof area right there for that hot tub, so that's going to help out with that a lot. Now as we move forward, we have a 24-foot fiberglass hardtop. We have 5 fans and rope lighting. That would be the Track Vision dome right there, and that's been replaced with just a fixed DirecTV antenna. Now we do have 2 roof bars up here, one of which is a wet bar. The wet bar means we have a faucet, small little stainless sink. We do have an under-counter refrigerator and freezer right up here, and this has its own little ice maker. So here's another one of those intercoms that we talked about, allow you to buzz the different stations. And right here, this is a dumbwaiter, and this will allow you to take items easily right from the kitchen cabinet up here to your rooftop bar without having to carry them up and down the steps. And I'll show you what I mean there. Look at that. Happy hour is waiting for you right here. All that's right there in the dumbwaiter. When you're done with that, you just simply close it, push the button, you send it back down to the kitchen. If somebody's down there and you like something, you just buzz the galley, put in your drink order, and wait for it to be sent up on the magical little dumbwaiter there. Large Master Forge gas grill with a side burner and a charbroil, the Big Easy propane fryer. Here in your second bar, let me move this bar over here so I can show you. We've got some integrated storage shelves. They do not do this for you at the factory. Those are all custom built with nice storage drawers over here on this side, and additional storage drawers on just to the right of a second Whirlpool trash compactor. Now if we keep moving forward, our 24-foot hardtop fiberglass hardtop ends, and we have I believe that's about a 12-foot hardtop covering our upper helm area here. Here's your second set of shift and throttle gauges, SmartCraft integrated gauges up here. Basically everything that we showed you down below. There's your engine run time and your gallons per hour. We've got a separate stereo up here. This is AM FM CD stereo. We're still on the lookout for the faceplate for it, but we have 4 speakers up here. So you got 2 up there to the port and starboard side of your upper helm controls, and then 2 more right back here underneath these rear or integrated bench seats. Another VHF radio up here. Same instrumentation up here for your engine, port starboard engine, as well as your rudder angle indicator gauge. We've got thruster controls up here as well as another intercom. Walk-Thru Flybridge right here with our sun pad. This one's just new enough to have one of the new style Flybridges. They offer these in a couple of different arrangements, and this one was the large sun pad. This is probably one of my more favorite of the newer style Flybridges. You've got the covered hard top over top of your upper helm, and with the loungers right here, if you've got company that wants to be out in the sun without the sun lounge Flybridge, they're all the way on the other side of the upper deck. So this allows you to kind of be a little bit more social, keep everybody right there together. I'm going to step right over that railing right here, just so I can pull back a little bit and you can see. Now there are some areas up here on the roof that do need attention. This one, last roof gel coat job was done about 2017. Now, reference to the spotlight earlier, this is not functioning, but we do have some areas in the roof that do need attention. See, we got some cracking, and they actually call this the gutter, different from a traditional gutter that you're gonna find in your house. But this fiberglass here is cracking along this gutter up here on the bow starboard corner, and we're also holding a little water right here in this corner as well, which is not uncommon, but you can see that's bare fiberglass right there, and some more cracking along that gutter in there. And especially where water is being held, you want to have that refinished with gel coat in order to seal out that moisture. Just like what they've done over here. Now they've fiberglassed this, but they did not come back with gel coat. The fiberglass is going to properly seal moisture out of there. Additionally, up here on our Flybridge, we do have some exposed fiberglass showing here, and that's just some wear because it's been out here and getting a lot of UVs on it. So we got that in a few areas right here. Now that stuff can be touched up as well. So the roof actually is in good shape. Now we got some dirt in here, but otherwise the roof looks good. But there's definitely some areas there that do need attention. And there's also an area back here near the slide where I'm heading now. And it's mostly over here on kind of the overhang here. See a little bit of cracking right there on that exterior there. Again, that's just more potential for moisture to make its way through. So we've got about a 24-foot bridge clearance on this. That's bridge clearance is from the top of the water up to the highest point in the boat. Now, the 24 feet will not clear those VHF antennas, but those can be lowered. But it will clear your anchor light up there off of the Flybridge arch, and will also clear that satellite dish back here on kind of the mid-cabin arch. Now, here's a much better view that I promised you of this side dock that is available for an additional purchase. Again, that is a 33 by 54 foot covered dock. 2 integrated slips, again about a 10 by 28 foot slip with a lift that's going to accommodate pontoon, tri-toon, or a V-hull, as well as the 2 PWC ports, drive-on PWC ports. Those are Dandy Dock brands. They have the bow stop, and that's in about a 10 by 16 foot slip. That lift should be able to accommodate, I think I said earlier, it should be able to accommodate up to about a 26 foot pontoon or V-hull boat. There is also basically an attic storage space on that dock. Now that's where there are some kind of personal items that the seller is hanging on to. So not going to take you up there, but basically, and that's something that you can see when you come to see this one in person if you are interested in that dock. But again, that's a huge concrete covered dock. You can leave it right here where it's currently at, and that's also probably something that could be detached and taken somewhere else on the lake if you have another preferred location. But that is going to be offered as an additional purchase. When you're looking at this listing at our website, you're going to see just the houseboat, and the dock would be available for an additional purchase, just because not everyone's going to be interested in that. But for those that do want to leave it here, or are on Norris Lake, we can make a package deal on that one. All right, so we're heading down our bow staircase right back here to where we started, Come right off our gangplank here. Do a walk around to the exterior. This one does have, now this aluminum right here. So this faded paint right here, this is purely for cosmetics. And they've just painted that up here in order to kind of have this this rail line all kind of be in the same shape. Now just below that, you just got the aluminum hull there that's not painted. So a little bit of oxidation here on the exterior. And you can see kind of some cracking in our striping. Those are painted stripes. Now you can repaint those, change the colors if you like. You can put vinyl over top of those. But yeah, those are paint. There's one. That's your freshwater fill up right there. Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. There's a freshwater washdown pump, not to be confused with your onboard freshwater pump. That's going to take from that 6 90-gallon freshwater tanks, but your freshwater washdown is going to allow you to essentially use lake water, and it's got a pressurized tank and an onboard water pump, but that pulls lake water up, goes through a strainer, and then that's going to plumb to some of the exterior spigots on board. I believe there's one on the back and one upstairs. And so if you're out in a cove doing some cleaning on this, those freshwater washdowns will allow you to basically use lake water to clean this all day long without having to use your from your onboard water supply. So you can see that exterior striping is not nearly as cracked over here on this side because it's a little bit more shaded from the weather. And in really good shape over here actually. All right, here's that 10 by 16 foot slip with our two Dandy Dock drive on PWC ports. And here's that front mount boat lift over here for your pontoon, tri-toon, or V-hull boat. Lighting's under here. That storage shed is going with it, along with this table and chairs. There's kind of your attic access points. And this is a Frigidaire. This is about an 18 cubic foot electric refrigerator freezer right here. So again, please visit the website with any questions about this boat or the dock, anything like that. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page. So if you do have any serious questions or you want to set up a private showing of this one to come see it in person, you're going to need to go over to our website. And again, we make it easy for you for your convenience. There will be a direct link for this listing down in the video description there on YouTube. So if you're looking at YouTube, all you gotta do is scroll down to that video description. That link will take you right to the listing page for this, where you're gonna see all of our contact information, the asking price, and all that good stuff. Do want to point out up here on our pilot house window, we do have kind of some weathering right in here at the base of this window, and that just looks like some water has found its way in through one of these seams, and it's kind of in between that glass. And we do have a few little cracks over here in this corner right here. These other windows here on the side look to be fine. Yes, that is going to be all isolated to this center glass panel right there. So again, there was a lot to cover on this one. I'm sure we missed a few things along the way. That's why we like to refer you to the website for the more accurate list. And again, this one can stay right here where it's currently located. This again is the 2007 Stardust Cruisers, 19 by 86 foot wide body, custom built, reverse layout, side hallway, insulated, bow and stern thrusters. Like I said, this is very well equipped and loaded up. It's meant to be used with that reverse layout. Now you can use it at the dock like that. You know, as far as keeping, you know, it's still with that layout. You're going to be able to keep all your guests together whenever they are in the water. But it's just designed to be able to pull up near beach or even anchored out. The reverse layouts are great options. So that's going to do it for this one today. And again, I thank you for joining us. You'll see the yournewboat.com logo pop up in the top right hand corner of the screen as we start to conclude here. That's just a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's a great way to keep your eye on inventory and be notified when a new listing becomes available. And in the top left corner will be a link to our current listings playlist on our YouTube channel. So if you're looking at, you may have stumbled across this through one of our sold boat videos and try to find another website and you know, found that it was sold. We will put sold in the title once these do sell. But if you are on YouTube and you're trying to just look at what's available while you're at YouTube, I would highly recommend use that shortcut in the top left hand corner to just view the current listings that we have available at the current time. So I thank you again for joining us. Actually, as we conclude, let me go back in the kitchen so you can see where that dumbwaiter comes down in the kitchen. And then we'll have to conclude there because those margaritas are not going to drink themselves. Coming in that side hallway, stay on tile the whole way. Also, that tile will lead you to one of those bathrooms. So right here, it's going to be, well, push the call button here. Here's that other intercom right here. These are all labeled. And yeah, good. They did not finish the margaritas. So, all right, again, follow our shortcut there to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And top left corner would be the shortcut for just our current listings. I thank you again for joining us. And look forward to answering any questions you may have or working with you in the future. As again, it's the 2007 Stardust Cruisers 19 by 86 foot wide body custom built houseboat for sale here on beautiful Norris Lake, Tennessee. And I thank you again for joining us.